Hey YouTube, this is Prometheus giving you another offensive play to throw into your scheme. This is actually out of the Saints playbook. Ran against this play against a top 500 opponent, and this was the money play that he went after when he actually needed to get a first down type situation. And because of the way I run my coverages, I don't run a lot of man coverages as far as my scheme is concerned. I really struggled against this particular play, and he abused me in third and long type of situations where he picked up first down. So it's a Saints spot shake. What's cool about this particular play is that this play actually has a cover 4 beater, so we're going to go look at cover 4 quarters and go from there. So one of the things I want to show you guys is the way this play actually dumbs out cover 4. So if you got a guy that runs a lot of cover 4, what you can do is basically go and pick up easy yards down the sideline because the defenders don't play it correctly. So because I do like to use base cover 4 as my defense, every time he got into cover 4, he would switch into this play. And this route right here, because he had a slight delay, these guys would man up to it, and then they would just get dumbed out. And because he had this guy streaked up, it would pull the defenders, and then this wide receiver would just go down the sideline, just uncovered, and actually go ahead and pick up easy first downs against me. So typically what I'm assuming you would have is you have a very fast wide receiver here on the outside, pulling up my safeties, and then actually leaving this guy wide open. So it forced me out of a lot of the coverages I like to use, and once again, I'm not a man coverage person, so it didn't make me very comfortable about it. But what I want to show you right here is this route right here. This route is very unique. It looks like a typical spot route where the guy is going to sit, but what happens is he goes across the formation, and it actually gives you an easy check down read. So you get a little bit better coverages right here, but look what happens with this route right here. This route actually gets really easy completions. Now, one other thing you want to point out too with this particular play is watch Landry. I can playmaker him up, and he's going to get past the coverages against cover 4. So this is a phenomenal play to use against someone that likes to run a lot of cover 4. So if you're reading cover 4 initially against your opponent, this is a good play to go and jump into. Because basically he's going to have to use her away or make adjustments off to the right side, and you also got this one guy over the middle with the coverages. So one of the things you want to do is just do a fade route with your outside receiver Smith. This is going to preoccupy those guys right there, and you can see right here we're going to actually get a nice little completion with the underneath route. Now, one of the things I would do to just try to make this play a little bit more effective, especially if I was running against a guy who runs a lot of man coverages, I'd use like kind of a whip concept right here against my opponent if he's blending in any kind of man coverages and stuff like that, because it gives me a fast read against his coverage. But against cover 4, this is how you run it. You're gonna just fade up your one guy and just pick up some easy yards. So he's going to have to use her without a route away, or basically open himself up to it. So I really like this play. It's a good play. It's a shame that you can see right here. It looks like the guy just kind of sits there. So it's a good play to throw in your scheme. But let's take a look at the other defenses and how we can go ahead and play around with that. Now, if you're running against a guy who's running a lot of cover 3, one of the little adjustments you could do is basically go ahead and just try to attack the seams. So if you expect your opponent to play cover 3, you can just throw the seams. Just easy completions. And he's got 2 seams he's got to protect. So he's going to have to bait you with the seam throw if he's running cover 3. And you're going to be able to go ahead and hit him right down the middle of the seam and pick up 20-yard chunks. Now, another thing you can do too is you can build off a concept that I like to run a lot before, which is when you got those wide receiver wheel routes. I like to do a whip on the opposite side route, and what this does is it allows you to hit that soft area of the zone to get a nice little completion. So I'm going to go ahead and whip that guy up, and then watch the guy pass off, and I can pick up some pretty easy yards. So that's something you can use against someone who uses a lot of man press coverages and stuff like that. With this particular scheme is do a little whip route. And if he gets the separation, you can go and throw that. So you can see he didn't really get off on that particular play, but I like that concept. I've had really good success with it in previous Maddens, especially with my Rams playbook. It was just a very deadly, difficult playbook to stop, and it's going to give you an opportunity to go ahead and get easy 10 yards right there with this particular scheme. But you also have got the wheel on the back side right here that, if you get past the coverages, you can actually go ahead and get that against past the coverages. So you know, you just, if you're going to make your progression, look to the seam with the tight end, complete it, get your 20 yards against cover 3. You've got the seams, and you can play off that a little bit. We're going to go ahead and run this again, but we're going to do whip concept, and you can see how that actually gets cleared out too, off the right hand side with the wheel with the running back. So that's another way that you can blend in this particular scheme. But I would say probably your best bet, just attack your opponent in the seams if he's going to run cover 2 against you. So you might be able to go ahead and get past the flat defender if he's running cover 2, which I gave up, I think, some plays right there because he was reading it correctly. And that seam route is going to be clearing the top blue zone. So, you know, that's kind of like what you're going to look at. And then you have your little check down with that stop and stick and go route. So if he uses that area, you can go and hit that and actually pick up some pretty easy yards. So I love this play. It's a really good play to throw in your scheme, and if you blend it in with other plays like bench and the play action shot and all that kind of stuff, and a nice little inside zone. I think he was using an 0-1 trap. This gun tight offset tight end is just a very difficult formation to stop. So once again, guys, thank you for your support. I'll be rolling out some more tips and strategies to take your game to the next level. I'm labbing. I'm probably going to go ahead and throw out a defensive ebook and just the formations I use. I am a 34 user when it comes to 34 odd. That's my primary defense, but I do have a couple of defenses I'd like to jump into. So thank you for your support, guys. Until next time.